been at home for some of us a few weeks now, some of us about a week, some of us even way more. And I feel like as parents, it's a great time to get to know our kids better. It's a great time to bond with them and really talk with them, hear from their own point of view, all the different things about life and everything. So Gozi and I were just sitting down today and we just want to talk, right?
Yeah, we just want to talk about parents and kids, and, their relationships and things like that. And just like, since it's quarantine and we're all stuck together, like we can just, talk about things that parents and kids like to do together, or, just their relationships and how that affects them and things like that.
Okay, cool. So Gozi, I'm gonna ask you, when you were younger, when you guys were growing up, oh, your hair is dripping. So I helped Gozi wash his hair earlier and condition and all, deep condition, and then I conditioned it. So yeah, there's some oil dripping at the side. I'll just put it on my own hair. Anyways, yeah. So when you guys were a lot younger, what do you think? Or let me rephrase. When you guys were a lot younger, do you feel like we were there? Like, do you feel like the relationship between us and you guys was solid?
Yeah, actually, I think it was solid because we actually, turned out to be like sort of respectful, you know what I mean? Like when we grew up and things like that. So I think the relationship was really tight because, like, a lot of you guys' attributes, or, just like personality traits actually rubbed off on us, because you can see a lot of different kids and things like that. And I've been in school a lot, so I've seen a lot of these kids. You can sort of tell that their parents just like, just let them off the hook. They just do things. They either play video games for too long, they do this, they do that, and it seems like their parents don't really care because a lot of them might be failing in school or something like that, right? But from what I'm seeing, it looks like they don't really get any feedback from their parents on what's going on. So I think that us personally, we actually did get a lot of that, which means that we know how you feel about things that we do, and we can try our best to actually, please you, and also to get better ourselves. So I think that you guys were actually there for us a lot as kids, which means that we have better attitudes now than we did.
Okay,
so,
nice.
Yeah.
Do you feel like we were a bit too strict? Was the discipline a little too much?
No. Like, okay, you were strict.
Be honest.
You were strict, like no doubt, but you're not that strict. It's like I saw it in this movie one time. That this kid walks up and he's just like there at his graduation, right? Mm-hmm. And these couple of girls come up to talk to him, and his dad just starts looking at him like this, like he's giving him that death stare. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I know, yeah, he doesn't want. But it doesn't make any sense. Like, come on now. It's just talking to some girls. You don't want him to talk to girls at all. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? But you guys were not that strict with us. You let us do a lot of stuff. You let us play video games. Let us go out with friends. Gave us not super late, but okay, like reasonable curfews to come back home. So, I think that you weren't actually that strict, like when it comes to parenting and things like that. So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you say that. Because, sometimes as a parent, it's difficult for you to measure some of the things that you're doing and how they're affecting, or in fact, how they're affecting your kids. So you're not sure if you're giving enough discipline. You're not sure if you're being too nice. You're not sure if. I know Dad used to always say, "I'm not your friend. I'm your
That's right.
father." We can be friends much later in life, but right now, I'm not your friend. I'm your father. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I did feel like, I don't know, maybe it was, a little too strict with you guys. But I'm glad that you don't feel that way. I'm glad that, it didn't come off looking like someone was just trying to be mean.
Yeah,
because there is a, it's not a thin line, there is a line, period, between discipline and just being mean.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I feel like sometimes parents can discipline out of love or just discipline out of annoyance. And as parents, I think we need to, let me talk to the parents. And as parents, I feel like we need to understand the difference and not just discipline because we're obsessed with the child. I mean, many times you're obsessed with your kids. Many times I'm obsessed with them, But I have to always remember that even when I'm disciplining them, I'm not doing it out of that anger that I'm feeling at that time, but I'm doing it out of a place of love, and I really want to correct them because I care about them, I love them, and I care about their future, not just because I'm obsessed at this point and I must discipline you, right? So, how do you think parents should best relate with their kids?
I think that parents should be tough with their kids a lot, but also be fair with their kids and things like that. So let them do what they want, right, as kids, because you have to grow, you have to experience things. So don't just be holding them back from things that they want to experience, or just anything, right? So, but you just have to regulate all those things that they would want to do, so then they can think of you as someone who actually cares about them, not rather than someone who's just like trying to just take everything away for no reason exactly. But if you can give them things with a warning saying that, okay, if you mess up too bad, I'm gonna just take this away, right? It means that the kids would actually start to realize that the parents actually do care about them having fun and everything like that. But the saying, too much. I think it's too much playing. Like all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, but all play and no work makes Jack a dumb boy.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah. So that really applies here, because you cannot play too much. You have to have a balance between work and play and things like that. And and also especially in this like quarantine period, a lot of kids just want to sleep all day. They just want to play video games all day and things like that. But I think that parents need to just regulate all those things.
True, because I always wake you guys up like in the morning.
Yeah.
Actually, sometimes it's like 12, sometimes it's 11, sometimes it's like 12, and I'm coming to wake you guys up like, guys, are you gonna sleep the whole day away? So the truth is, as parents, we need to realize that even when the kids start getting older, they're still kids and they're still under your care. You know what I mean? I have teenagers here and I still have to wake them up in the mornings this quarantine period, because everyone's just like, oh, there's no school, so we'll do whatever we want. But I still have to wake them up. I still have to ask about online schoolwork. I still have to ask about homework and stuff like that, and regulate it. Okay, so you're not going to play video games all day, you're going to watch a movie, you're going to do this, you're going to do that exercise, so we still have to put our foot down on certain things, still make sure that it's not enough to just say go and do this, because even with them I know that even when I say go and do this, sometimes it doesn't get done. So I still have to sort of supervise that work to make sure that it gets done. I still have to ask a few times, have you done it? Can you show it to me? I mean, the honest truth is that it's easier for me to say go and do it and just go on with my own life, right? But then chances are it will not get done. So I still have to make sure that it gets done. So I'm still supervising no matter the age. I mean, even when I'm not around, when I'm not with them, I still do video calls with them to make sure that everyone's doing what they're supposed to do. Still ask the right questions. Are you doing your homework? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Oh, it can't just pass. Wow, I haven't seen that in ages. Like I literally just saw it can't pass.
Essential worker or something like that.
Yeah, maybe an essential worker. Anyways, so so we still have to make sure that we're supervising these kids and making sure that they're doing the stuff that they're supposed to do. So, Gozi, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, just make sure that you regulate what the kids are doing and things like that, and make sure that they don't just fly totally off the rails, just because of the quarantine, and just make sure that they know what's important at each moment.
Yeah, so there should be balance. Everyone is really sleeping a lot. Everyone is playing a lot. But you still have to find some sort of balance. You still have to regulate even their eating, right? Even their food. You don't want people to just eat every and anything because they're at home and it's a quarantine. So make sure that they're not eating too much, because there's such a thing as too much food. We don't want to raise unhealthy kids at the end of the day, and then make sure they're not eating too much sweet stuff. And even till now, I still regulate the amount of sweet stuff that you guys eat.
Yeah.
And what I say to parents is, they're not working. So you can't tell me, oh, my son only likes biscuits or my son only likes cupcakes. That's all he likes to eat. Who bought the cupcakes and the biscuits? You did. If the cupcakes and biscuits are not in the house, he's not gonna eat it. So he'll eat what's in the house. He'll eat what's available. Even till now, I still force my kids to eat certain things because I know it's healthy, right?
Yeah, that's right.
There's some things that you guys don't like. What are some of the foods you don't like that I force you to
I mean,
eat?
I definitely like. I don't like what's that thing called again? That ube, right?
Gozi, I only gave you ube
Nah, but
once.
that stuff was really
Once.
bad. And I also accidentally ate the what was it called? The seed inside. So like I don't know. That was just that was a terrible experience. Nah, I don't do that. Nah, that was terrible.
Gozi, once ever in your life, I gave you ube to eat. I just wanted you to taste something else. You have to have different tastes and textures, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, not that. No.
But I never gave it to you again, so that it's not like it's a staple.
No.
By the way, that's not what I wasn't asking about. I was asking about things that you eat now, present.
Okay.
That you don't really like, but you have to eat it because I say it's healthy for you.
Well, presently, I'm not really too fond of beans or.
But you used to like beans. What happened?
I don't know. Just I don't know. It's just one of those things. I just don't really like it anymore. It's like I don't know. It's like bacon. Like the bacon. I ate it before. I used to eat it a lot, but I just don't like it anymore. So yeah, it's like beans. Beans just like now just kind of bland to me. I don't really like beans anymore.
But you still eat it anyway.
Yeah, I still eat it. I'm fine with beans. Like it's not that kind of thing there's some things that's like repulsive. It makes me want to throw up. Like for me, it's tomatoes. I know a lot of people like tomatoes, but nah, that's not for me.
But you still eat it though,
I
right?
mean,
That forces you guys to eat it.
I
It
mean,
doesn't force you guys
not
to
anymore. Not currently. I don't know if we have that many left, but yeah.
It used to force you guys to eat. You know the cherry tomatoes, like.
Oh yeah, the small
It
ones.
would
Yeah,
force you
I
guys
used
to
to-
eat every
yeah.
day.
I used to. I
Well,
ate
tomatoes raw tomatoes are good for guys. That's why he used to force you to eat it.
I mean, yeah, I know that. You know, I respect that, but you know, I just didn't really like it. It kind of made me just go.
But you ate it regardless.
Yeah, I still ate it. Yeah, 'cause I had to. So.
Yeah. So there are certain things that you must put your foot down on. I know a lot of parents who say, "Oh, he doesn't want to read. There's nothing I can do." There is something you can do, you know. So if he doesn't want to read, what does he want to do instead? If there's something else that he wants to do, then take that thing away from him. So it's if you read, then I'll give you this thing that you really want or this thing that you really want to do, you know. So it's not enough also to say go and read your books. Chances are they might not even read it. You have to enforce it. I mean, even till now, there are times to say, okay, everybody come and sit down at the dining and do your work, you know, because you're not 100% sure that they're sitting at their workstation in their room and they're really doing the work. They could be doing something else. So is it that you're going to everybody's room to stand behind them and make sure they're doing it, or you know what, all of us just stay in one place, sit on the dining, and we can all just know that we're all working. Any last words?
You know, before we started the video, I was like, you know, I have no idea what we're gonna talk about. I have no clue. There's nothing in my head and things like that. But you know, I actually surprised myself. You know, I sound like some kind of lecturer, philosopher.
Oh,
or something
please,
like that. So,
get
you know,
over yourself.
I'm just
Get over yourself.
I'm just that smart. I didn't think I was that smart.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm just.
How did we get here? Get over yourself, Gozi. Alright guys, so there are a number of topics that some of you on my Instagram have said we should talk about. Keep the topics coming. We're just going to be taking different topics and we'll keep talking about them. I feel like it's an amazing thing to be able to sit with a teenager and talk about the stuff that affects them, you know. So even if your kids are not teenagers yet, they're going to become teenagers at some point. So it'll be great to actually stay tuned and listen to some of the things that we're going to be talking about. And we're also going to talk about, you know, things that happened when they were younger as well. So it's not just only about teenage years. So if your kids are younger, you still want to watch.
So it's gonna be posted on your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Okay, so I just want to say something before we wrap this all up.
Mm-hmm.
That you guys please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Aww.
You know, I'm
Shameless plug.
I'm just a content creator. You know, I love to do skits. You know what I mean? Like I'm just you know, I'm a super funny guy. And, you know, everybody likes me. So you know, just a little like,
Yeah.
subscribe, you know,
Yeah.
just do all that. Yeah.
Okay, so subscribe to Gozi's YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is Gozi Omoni. So, and he's a content creator. He does skits and then he posts them on his YouTube channel. I didn't know he was gonna do that, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's nice. You should always promote yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah, you should always promote yourself. So that's good. All right, guys. So we'll talk about something else soon. Till next time. Bye.
All right.